Do you know how hard it is for me to keep things simple? Now, I'm not just talking about my artwork. If you ever tuned into any of my streams on Twitch, you've heard me answer fans' questions. Someone asked me once what my favorite food was, and it took me like 5 full minutes to answer that one question. What's up, guys? We're back, and that's it. Keeping it brief, keeping it simple, keeping it uncomplicated, which is hard for me. Ugh. I want to say more, but you know what? Sometimes it's really better to say less and actually tell more. What the hell is this guy talking about? Fair question. 1. Today I will be designing some monotype Pokemon. That's right, only a single type. I realize that I have very few Pokemon in the Maza region thus far that actually fit into that category. And 2. I'm having a mental breakdown. Look, I like to get intricate with my Pokemon designs. You guys heard me ramble about the creative process in my last Maza region video, so you already know how hard it is for me to work backwards from a design into a concept. But harder still is the ability to settle on one simple and easy to understand concept that can be represented by something like a single elemental type. No fire dragons, no water ghosts, just a good solid steel type and a poison type. As of right now, I have absolutely 0 poison or steel types in the Maza region decks. So, without any further complications, please sit back and enjoy these 3 new Pokemon, and understand just how badly I wanted to make them dual types. This first little buddy, well, you've actually known it for a few days now if you pay attention to the community posts. Recently, I was talking with some fans in the Discord about Gen 1 designs, and how I actually don't hate the Voltorb line because it cleverly took advantage of an overworld interaction the player has in the first generation. That said, it is pretty basic, and GameFreak has made a few more attempts to build off of the concept of a decoy item Pokemon in more interesting ways. Now, all of those things actually came to me after I decided to give the people what they wanted and make an armadillo Pokemon. I spent a little while researching these animals and watching cute videos of them eating bugs, and as is often the case with my design process, I fell in love with the animals I was basing my design off of. They're just so cool. The family consists of the only shelled mammals on Earth. That's right, it's not just hardened keratin like on rhinos or thick skin on a hippo, it's literally a bone shell that like turtles have. That, plus their gigantic front claws, cute little noses, and massive ears, it really made me feel like humans drew the short straw when it came to our evolutionary progression. Anyway, it didn't take long for me to connect the dot between the concept for an item fake-out Pokemon and a Pokemon that is a cute armadillo. Now, of course, Sandshrew already exists, and while it's more like a pangolin than an armadillo, I didn't want the two to look too similar. The Pokeball imagery was really the best way to make that distinction. I also wanted the personality to feel a little bit more grumpy, and I changed the proportions to make the whole design look a bit more round and top-heavy. Bolo, the little armored Pokemon. Eager trainers are quick to mistake Bolos for Pokeballs, as they are roughly the same size, weight, and color of the items when rolled up. They tend to remain tightly closed within their shells until they feel safe, but if handled too much, they will spring out of harm's way with surprising speed. Despite their shells being heavy and very strong, they can bounce several feet up into the air, crashing back down onto foes with enough force to stun their opponents. I had a lot of fun with Bolo, and I figured I'd just let the good times roll, so to speak. The evolution wouldn't get really too crazy. I didn't want to succumb to the add-on syndrome where you just make an evolution bigger and with more parts, but I figured that I could make slight changes to the silhouette and concept without departing too much from the first form. Big, strong forearms with nasty-looking claws, a more humanoid bipedal body, and big ol' ears. I shifted from a Pokeball into a Great Ball. In the other decoy Pokemon, this concept has not been explored, so I thought it would be fun to give it a shot. It also allowed me to make the shiny for the Pokemon Master Ball colored, which would infuriate me if this was a real game. If I found a shiny Dupadillo, I would have to catch it in a Master Ball. The ball has to match the color scheme of the Pokemon inside. Everyone knows that. Dupadillo, the decoy ball Pokemon. Due to an evolutionary coincidence, the shell of a Dupadillo very much resembles a Great Ball. Though they are considerably larger than the actual items, people often like to marvel at the likeness, and wild Dupadillo are often subjected to excessive and unwanted attention from curious tourists. Because of this, they are often grumpy and unfriendly towards humans. Their shells are nearly impenetrable, and the Pokemon have evolved an immunity to venom. This is likely due to predation of their young from poison-type Pokemon. The final design has actually been highly requested. Not so much the full concept, but at least the animal that it's based off of. Yeah, I'm talking about the original Pocketmon, the Gila monster. Side note, do not try to put a Gila monster in your pocket. They are incredibly venomous, and it would not be great if one bit you through your pants. Anyway, my concept behind this monster was similar to that behind the Bolo line. A small, cute, and somewhat unassuming little guy that was passing off as something it really wasn't. In this case, however, I thought it would be funny if my Gila monster Pokemon was trying to be much more scary and appear more dangerous than it actually was. Maybe it was just because I watched a Godzilla movie recently, or maybe it's just because as I was looking at pictures and videos of Gila monsters that I realized how much their heads looked like that of the iconic Japanese kaiju. Whatever the reason, I liked the idea of this little lizard pretending that it was a giant monster. It took me a couple revisions to reach a design that I liked. The first one looked too much just like a cartoon lizard, and the second one was too cute and didn't sell the false kaiju look I was trying to achieve. Just imagine this guy, like, just over a foot long, rearing up on its tail and roaring at you like it felt like it was 10 stories tall. Healzilla, the tiny terror Pokemon. Despite their size, Healzilla are very confrontational in nature. They tend to instigate fights with much larger foes by propping themselves up on their thick, powerful tails to make themselves appear larger. Their main prey are vulnerable Pokemon, even smaller than themselves, and they attack with a powerful and venomous bite. Even without a consistent food source, fat reserves in their tail allow them to stay nourished for extended periods of time. There you go, fam. I hope you all enjoyed these new additions to the Maza region Pokedex. I had a lot of fun designing them, and yes, I wanted to make them more involved, throw in an extra type here and a third evolution there, but sometimes less is more. Having monotypes and two-stage evolutionary lines helps build the diversity of Pokemon generations, so I'll try to make more mons like this in the future. Anyway, leave your thoughts and suggestions for more Pokemon designs down in the comments. People have been asking for an Armadillo and a Gila monster inspired Pokemon, so I hope that I delivered with these guys. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.